My name is Ian and welcome to Planted. In this video we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to follow along with a theme of plants, planting and plant culture. But I've got this wonderful plant here. It's called Equisetum gigantium Tabacal. Now Equisetum is a plant that you don't want to go out and start putting in your garden, not the straight type that we have here in the northeast. And it grows very large, beautiful, lush stems. I've had it grow about 4 feet. It really hasn't lived up to expectations, and I think what's happened is that it's dried out during the summer months, and the momentum that the plant needs to really put on growth just hasn't been there. So last year I grew it in the ground. It was okay, it wasn't great. This year I'm going to put it into a pot. But I have a trick. In order to make sure that the plant never dries out, I'm going to put a pot inside a pot. And here's a pot that I've cut down, and this is going to be set inside here, just like that. Now what it means is that when I add water to it, this is going to capture the water and it won't drain away, and that will help keep the roots from drying out completely. It's very important, and even if it does, there'll only be a little bit that escapes these. This is going to have a plastic liner put inside it. So it just means that the plant can't be dry for 4 or 5 days and it start to decline. It'll always have wet roots, and that's what I want. So this plant, this is its last chance. If it doesn't perform this summer the way I want it to perform, it's going to go. It will not stay in my garden. And this is something that I encourage all of you to do. Be ruthless. If you've tried 3 or 4 years and something hasn't worked the way you'd like it to, don't keep going. You can be there another 10 years and it's still not work. So this plant is on its final warning, so to speak. The first thing is, with a piece of plastic like this, we're going to plug up the majority of these holes. Now, if it were to weep a little bit, that's okay. But you can see how the plastic is up against the edge, so that is no longer going to let water drain out. We just want to slow it down. There we go. I am happy with that. Now what I'm also going to do is give this plant some pretty heavy horsepower fertilizer to really get it going. This is 10-10-10, old-fashioned 10-10-10, and this will be acting like a tea bag. It will be in the center of the pot, just constantly putting out a little bit of fertilizer all the time, so that when the roots get to it, it's not too strong. They can take up that nutrient and there's still more there for it. It's not going to get washed out of the pot. So that is phase 1 done. Check. The next thing I want to do, in order to improve the re-wetting of the potting mix, is to add some soil to this mix over here. Now this is a potting mix that came out of another pot. And I rarely reuse potting mix, but for an experiment like this, I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to increase the fertilizer with it, with the fertilizer that went in here, and add some soil to this. And the reason I add the soil is that makes it much easier for the potting mix to rehydrate. Water can move through it much easier with a small percentage of garden soil. So let's add that. I'm going to add a little bit of fertilizer on top. And this is so easy, just invert it and turn it. And you might think that adding of soil doesn't make much difference. Well, I can tell you it absolutely does. turn this a few times, and you can already tell that it feels a little bit different because of the soil that's mixed in with it. Now, with our pot, this has got holes in it, so it can drain. I want it to be able to drain. I don't want this to become filled with water completely. If you put your potting mix in the bottom of this, the potting mix can settle, plug the drainage holes, and it'll just become a bathtub. And that's not what we want. So I am going to add a little bit of gravel in the bottom first. It's only 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of gravel. But that will greatly help prevent the drainage holes from plugging up. It means that should it fill with water, some of that water can drain out. Which we can now start to add our mix. Now it's important that you pay attention here. You don't want this pot all the way down at the bottom, and you don't want it all the way up at the top. You want it mid-distance. So I'm going to place it there. I'm happy with that. This plant will then go in like that, and you can see how there's plenty of space for the roots to come out and down, and also go out and into the water. So that's how that's going to be. So we can add some more backfill. I made this little scoop out of a piece of metal pipe, and I cut out a handle, put a rope on it, and I can't tell you how often I use this. It's the perfect tool. Just like that. And you can see that here's the top of the plant, and I've talked about this before. This is the top of the plant, and if you come that across, you want this to be lower than this edge. Don't have a mound in the middle, and that way water will run off the sides. We want 1 inch or so below than the lip. Now you'll notice that I haven't got in there and really pressed it super low. We're going to do that now. I want the even compression on all of it. Always a little bit of a shake. Now I'm lucky. I've got a frost-free greenhouse. So here we are in early spring, and this is going to stay in the frost-free greenhouse until we get into what, mid-April, late April, and which means that this potting mix is going to heat up a lot quicker than being outside. The fertilizer, the potting mix, the soil that we added to it, the fact it's not compact, and then we're going to add water to it. This plant's got 6 to 8 weeks of optimum growing time before we get into high season. And that's the benefit of having a greenhouse. But if you've got a plant that habitually dries out, do consider putting in a tray or a bowl or something deep enough down that stops the rapid draining of water. One of the problems is that once potting mix dries out, it becomes hydrophobic. It's difficult for it to then reabsorb water. That tray in there is going to hold water and act as a wick, so water can keep coming up through the soil profile to replenish those areas that are dry. This should never dry out. This will go through the whole summer and never dry out. Rainfall can be captured and will be stored. When you give it a watering can of water, it can be captured and stored and made available to the plant. So that's it. Try it on something. I would very much like to hear your thoughts on this technique. Maybe you've done it before. It's not new. It's been around for years. I just don't see it very often. And hoping that this plant is going to give me a wonderful result. Thank you so much. Happy gardening. Bye for now.